Entitled mother-in-law thinks she owns her son. This is my first post, bear with haha. Hi, me, 21M, and my fiance, 20M, have been dealing with his mother, 56F, who is the entitled parent of this story. Some background information to help explain. My fiance, who I will refer to as T, lost his father young to a brain tumor. He was 10 when he passed away, so for the past 10 years, it's been him and his mom. His mom has controlled a lot of aspects of his life, down to keeping his meds and not letting him explore options for medication while T has fibromyalgia and suffers from anxiety to the point of throwing up when he tries to travel. T had a really traumatic experience with this death, so his anxiety is based around medical situations and death itself. Despite knowing this, his mother has constantly shown tough love, which to her means little to no empathy and constantly pushing T to do things he's unable to. When living at home, he would cook for her, clean for her, make her bed, walk the dogs, feed the dogs, make her coffee whenever she asked, look after his laundry, mow the lawn, basically anything she can't be bothered to do. The list goes on and on. As said previously, he has fibromyalgia, which means he is in pain most of the time, and things like making the bed would leave him having to lay down for hours. Throughout his life, his mom has talked him out and into so many situations against his own better judgment, beginning with what GCSEs he took to his image and self. Expression. His mother has been a center point of his anxiety too, mainly because of the way she is with him, insisting he's the only one who can help her with his and more guilt-tripping tactics. T has stated he can't go through the process of a terminal illness is taking over another person he loves. His mom seems to think she has him and only him. Basically, everything with her is an issue, if not to her liking. When we began dating, T opened up to me about her, and from the beginning I have advocated him to leave home as the detriment it has on his physical health and mental health. T had zero space to talk about this behavior from his mom, so when he began living with me in February 2025, he has been able to open up to a therapist. Anyway, that's the backstory. Last December of 2024, his had a fall, and he assisted her along with his mom and told her on this day he can't handle the deterioration of his grand's health. Due to this, me and him, while I was recovering from lung surgery, emptied the front room for his to live with him and his mother. T's moved in. During moving things, T's mom was ordering us about and trying to micromanage every step, and that's when I fully understand exactly what he has managed with his whole life. Anyway, after this, the thank you was practically non-existent. I only helped as I didn't want T to go through this alone. On New Year's Eve, T's mom broke her foot, which meant T and I had to stay with her for a while. In this time, I witnessed the audacity of this beach. I smoke wood, and T's mom suggested an entirely new wardrobe of clothes for when I am at her house because the smell made her feel sick. I rely on benefits entirely as I am disabled and have CPTSD-induced psychosis. So I can't afford this. I didn't smoke in her house or around her. It was just my clothes smelling a bit grassy. It was endless comments and chores. At the end, we would be excited to come back to mine, just to rest. This was the situation for months, and we were getting so fed up and burned out. In February 2025, we left T's mom's for our usual 4 days off. Sarcasm, but it felt this way. However, from this point, we have not been back. This is because T's anxiety had a major relapse and left him sobbing in my arms and throwing up at the thought of leaving the house. Due to this, the car has become a major difficulty and a source of chronic panic. His mom has not understood this and therefore has damaged the little relationship they had. We have been looking to move out of my current flat due to being unhappy where we are. But T's mom wants us to live within walking distance of her. However, me and T have plans to move to York and nowhere else. Anyway, now 22nd of May, 2025, his mother rings him asking about how the move is going. ATM, it's looking for anything we can afford with the help of my social worker. And she has been constantly recommending closer to hers. And today she asked us to move closer so we can give her a break from looking after T's suggesting we move closer and claim carer's allowance when neither me or him are able or willing to do this. It's a responsibility neither of us can hold. Our life is hard enough as is, And looking after the elderly is not something we're able to do. It's not about abandoning family, it's about the trauma and disabilities and the simple fact of we don't want to live there. In this call, I lost my patience and said, we can't pause our life and just move where you want. T has trauma already. I barely finished. This sentence before she interrupted, insisting I took it wrong. T was anxious as fuck, and I was raging sick of this woman and sick of her thinking her son is just there to support her. She is his mother, and yet the roles are reversed. After the phone call, T received a message asking to speak without me present. This was to say again I misunderstood. I didn't misunderstood, I stood up for T, and she didn't like that. We have had enough of her behavior and manipulation. Any advice?